Yeah,
to
fire
hear
away.
this
Yeah, fire away.
fantastic scam of the century. Okay, alright, so I was staying in the GE, had my sword on me, and I just bought it. Like, I literally, like, I had the sword for 6 minutes total. Like, maybe that long. But anyways, so Dan came up, and I was like, dude, Herbie Cape, awesome. Dude, I want the Herbie Cape so bad. It's the greatest thing ever. And I was like, I would do anything to help him out. So, when he was like, oh, hey, I'm making a PK vid or something, he's like, nice sword, can I borrow it? So I was like, sure. So I lent it for a logout, thinking it was his logout, because I didn't know the whole lending thing. I never had done it. Nobody ever wanted to lend anything off me. So I logged out to go to dinner and logged back in to check something real quick, because my friend, asked me to check something, and I noticed it was gone, like my Sarah God sword, so I had to give it back to him. So I was like, okay, so I asked my dad for like 5 more minutes, and he's like, okay, it's fine. So I went back upstairs, lent the sword to them, and then what they did was, they were like, we're just going to make a PK bid. And I was like, okay, whatever. And they're like, come on. So they gave me, I think you guys even lent me claws, actually. So I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are really cool. They're really nice. So I was like, all right. So I was like, I thought for sure you couldn't take out, lent items in the wilderness. So I was like, it's probably not going to work. But I was like, all right, well, if they want to try it, I'll help them out. I'll help them out. Why not? So I pulled the lever, and then when I went out, I was standing there waiting, and I was getting kind of laggy, and then I saw Dan was like, or not, one of them, I don't even remember at this point, but one of them was like, hey, you need to attack me so we can kill you or something for the PK vid, so it looks like you dropped claws. And I was like, okay, well that makes sense, because if they're going to have their item on me, and if I get killed with claws that are lent, they'll probably just get them back on the ground, they can just pick them up. So I was like, alright, well, whatever, I'll go with it. So I attacked Dan. Once I got skulled, I was like, alright, so now what do we do? And Dan's like, alright, so you let me kill you. I was like, okay, something like that. So I was just kicking him, and he was kicking me. He got me like to half health, and then I was like, wait, I was typing in, why do I have my Sarah God sword back? And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So I was like, dude, guys, it like gave it back to me. The game gave it back to me. And right before I could type that, I noticed I like spawned in Falador, and I was just like, wait a second. I was like, that's weird. Alright, whatever. So I just went to the Valley Bank, and I was like, why can't I get it back? I was like, I don't understand. I lent it. So I asked this one kid in the bank. I was like, this weird kid. I don't even know who this is. He's really random, but it's like this. Let me find his name. I still have him added, I think. Okay, it's like Q8V5G3M8BDLL or BYL or something. So he talked to me, and he was going to give me like 100K back. And I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. And that's pretty much it. I lost 35 mil and everything I've been working for 2.5 years. Yay!
What was your reaction after you lost it? Was you kind of angry?
No, honestly, so I feel like I'm on an interview. But I think, honestly, my reaction, I PM'd them, I added them both, obviously. And I was going to PM them back, and I was like, honestly, I was going to say, I was like, that's a great scam. Like, I told all my friends about it, and they're like, wow. I was like, that's a beautiful scam. Like, I will give whoever made that up or thought of it kudos. Like, great job. Wonderful. Like, that is the greatest thing I've ever... That was great. Like, legitimately, I was pleased with being scammed by that scam. It wasn't like a dumb scam, like, where I knew I was kind of getting scammed but wasn't sure. But, yeah, afterwards I was like... I just felt really, really sad. And my dad left for work later. I didn't tell him I lost it because he gave me a ton of money for it. So, like, we just had, like, I just didn't talk at all during dinner time. I just didn't say anything to him. I was just thinking, like, oh my word, he's going to kill me. Like, he's going to kill me. He's going to be so angry. Like, I just lost all of his money. He's going to be so angry because he wanted to use it. So when he got home, I was just like, I told him I lent it. And I was like, I lent it out to somebody for 24 hours. So I'm really sorry. One of my friends. Yeah, and then that night, like, I didn't sleep at all. I'm not going to lie. Like, I was just so afraid, like, my dad was going to find out. Because he got on later on my guy and was looking for it. Because he's like, I wanted to use it and stuff. And he couldn't find it anywhere. And I was just like, well, you can't see it when you lend it. Or something like that. And then, he's like, oh, okay, all right. So I told him, like, 3 days later. And he got really, really angry. But since, like, I got lucky, relatively, because my mom and dad are divorced, so, I went to my mom's house the next, like, day. Like, I told him, like, at, like, 9:30, he's like, where is it? I want to use it. Like, oh my gosh, get it back. And I was like, okay, listen, Dad. And I told him I lost it and how I lost it and stuff. He was really upset. But then I went to my mom's like an hour later, so I haven't talked to him since then. But yeah, that's what happened.
You've lost your relationship over
RuneScape, yeah?
Well, not over RuneScape. He'll probably be over it. I just like think if you for example, I'm not sure you do play Connor or whatever, lost account, whatever. Okay, so you play, but if you were to like say get like 20 mil from me, and I really liked you a lot, like, and like I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll help you out, I'll give you 20 mil, I don't mind. Wouldn't you be just really upset that like they just lost 20 mil, like that was yours, like they lost it, it's gone.
I'd definitely get mad. I'm surprised he didn't spank you or anything.
Sorry, wait, what'd you say? You broke up a little bit.
I said I'm surprised he didn't spank you or anything. Did he at all spank you?
What was the question? Sorry.
Did he at all spank you?
Okay, first off, no, he wouldn't do that, because my dad's really awesome, and he's not, like, abusive or anything, I guess. He just was like, I'm really disappointed in you. He's like, I thought I trusted you, and I was like, he's like, I'm not angry at you, necessarily. He's like, I'm more just angry that you would be that foolish. He's like, I tried to help you out, and it's like, because we, like, that's what we play, like, we play, this game together, and, like, we try to help each other, and we, like, that's why I like to play it so much. And he was just like, we just got to this point where we both had cool armor and we were going to go do stuff like bandos and stuff, and I finally got this awesome sword and we were really pumped, and then like just like that it was just like gone. So like he was just more like, I'm just disappointed that you would be that foolish, because he's like, never go in the wilderness with it. And I was like, but Dad, you always taught me, be nice to everybody, what goes around comes around, and if you're nice to somebody, maybe they'll be nice to you. And so then he was just like, all right, I don't know. He's like, whatever. He's like, I don't know. And then he didn't talk to me, and then I just left for my mom's, and she came like a little bit early, so it wasn't as weird. But I'll probably talk to him. I go back there in 2 days, so I'm kind of like not looking forward to that at all. It's more like I'm just ashamed that I was so foolish to go out in the wilderness and lose it. That's why.
Would you consider us clever to have created that law? Yeah. That scam.
I said that
scam law, whatever you want to call it.
I said that before. Like I said that before to you guys. Like I told my friends that. I looked at your video. Like it's beautiful. Like nobody would ever think of that. Like I didn't even. First off, you just got lucky. Like with me, you got lucky, because a lot of my friends are like, they do scams. Or I'm not. Whatever. I don't know. They just take people out and they kill them and take their weapons or something. But for me, I was like, I'm just gonna be nice to these guys. A. B, I'm just gonna be nice to them, or A, I'll be nice to them. B, it's like, what's it gonna hurt? I never would have thought you can give it back in the wilderness. Like, you can't. Like, I didn't think you could. I didn't even think you could give it back to somebody and get it in your inventory. I never knew that. So I was like, yeah, 110 out of 10 for a scam. Like, that's one of the best scams I've ever seen in my entire life. If you need to know, that's one of the best. Not one of. That is significantly the best scam ever. So, if that answers your question.
Yeah. What did you think when you seen the LP Outlaw?
First, I was like, no way, nobody's that dumb, first off. And then I was like, but then they could be just like me, trying to be nice. And the thing, in my opinion, the thing you guys had going for that is, A, you have Dan, who has a herblore cape, which means he's got money, which means he doesn't really care, like what's 50 mil for him, you know what I mean? So like you have that aspect where somebody would see him as like rich. Why would he try to scam me? A. And then B, your scam is like genius. Like it was genius, without a doubt, 100%. Like I showed my friends that they all believe. They're like, you can't lend in the wilderness. I took them out. My one friend took out claws. My other friend took out claws. After they both lended to each other, the one kid killed him after he lent and used on him. Like the next day they did it and it worked. Grade A. Like that's, when I saw you do that yellow party hat scam, I was just like, makes sense. I could see it. I didn't doubt it.
Are you subscribed to the channel, bro?
Subscribed. What's the channel? I'm not, because I'm kind of poor. But my friend is, two of my friends are actually, they subscribe to it. Or they're going to, I think. Something like that. My one friend has a ton of money. And he was like...
You don't need money
to subscribe to a YouTube channel. You do know that, right?
Oh. No, I didn't. I thought when you subscribe to a YouTube channel, you, like, give them money.
No. When you subscribe to a YouTube channel, you see the videos. Like,
oh, like you get their newest videos.
Released.
Right, okay. Yeah, sure, I guess. I figured it would ask me for money or something, so I didn't. But, yeah, I'll go subscribe. I definitely will subscribe, actually, because I want to see if Dan and Lee got that freaking green party hat. I was flipping out and pooping my pants. If you got that, I'm going to cry.